Hey everybody, this is Michael Estes. It's time to claim your seat, embrace the narrative that defines triumph. This is a Seat at the Table podcast where dreams are kindled and destinies are crafted. Welcome aboard.
Amazing.
Hey family, you know what time it is. Welcome back to another transformational episode of a Seat at the Table podcast where stories shift mindsets, unlock purpose, and elevate our communities to new heights. And today, I'm bringing you someone who absolutely defies resilience, reinvention, and real leadership. I'm bringing you today, joining us at the table is none other than the phenomenal LeKisha Appleton. LeKisha is a powerhouse entrepreneur, seasoned Mary Kay leader, wife, mother, author, swim school founder, and one of Sacramento's most inspiring community builders. Raised in Cleveland and now dominating the California business scene. LeKisha has spent over 15 years building her way into the top 2% of her company while simultaneously launching a mission-driven swim school that saves lives and teaches confidence to clients from ages 10 months to 75 years old. She's a woman of faith, fire, and fierce determination, a champion of excellence, and the epitome of never give up. Today, she's pulling up a seat at the table to share the journey, the grind, and the wisdom she's gained on the road to legacy. You don't want to miss this one. I introduce LeKisha Appleton.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction. That was amazing. That was absolutely amazing.
Well, you are, though. You're amazing. You're amazing right there.
Wow. And this is just, been great so far that we get to talk.
Yeah, and that's basically, you know what? Pull up your chair. Now you're now at a seat at the table, and this one is about you. I have some questions for you. So let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
What was young LeKisha like growing up in Cleveland, and how did your early experiences shape your drive today?
My younger years, you want me to go way back?
I want you to go
back
a long way back. A long way back.
I am the oldest of four.
I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm the oldest of four. I have three brothers.
Okay.
And one right under me, 16 months under me, and then one 4 years younger, and one 9 years younger.
Okay.
And
so you was the big sis.
I still am big sis.
Oh,
yes.
You running things, right?
And they have no problem with reminding everybody, because they are all either my height or a little taller than me. My brother right under me is 6'2".
Okay.
And so most people think he's the oldest, and he has no problem at all. Like, nope, not me. That would be her.
You talk to her.
Yes, talk to her. But they have my back. So growing up, we grew up, in East Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay.
And went to school from Caledonia to Kirk Middle School to Shaw High School. And I was pretty active in sports. My brothers were pretty active in sports. So I went to all my brothers' football games. I was in the band, so I was already there.
Already there. Right, already
and,
there.
I played volleyball.
Okay.
Mostly on varsity, in high school. And I ran track. Ran hurdles and did high jump.
Oh my God.
Long jump.
Okay. Flojo.
I only did it to stay in shape for volleyball.
Got it.
My freshman year, I didn't do anything but volleyball. And when we went to, summer camp for volleyball, I was like, oh no, I got to keep something else going.
That's right.
And then we also had to take swimming. Well, I already knew how to swim. Mm-hmm. So when they saw that I could swim at the school, the coach saw that I could swim. He said, "Oh, you're on the swim team.
Wow.
And we need you to come back in May to take the lifeguarding so you can teach and do lifeguarding here at the school in the summertime."
Wow. That's awesome.
So that's how that began.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how that started. So like I said, I was pretty active, as far as in sports. And Still pretty active in church. We grew up in church, so my dad was a deacon, and my mom was music director. So we was in the children's church choir all the time. We were there just as often as we were. Yes. We wasn't in school. We were at home or at church.
Okay.
Yes, and how it, basically. Everything we're going to talk about is everything I did then.
Okay. So what led you to pursue sports management at Bowling Green State University?
Yes.
Right? And how did the college life shape the woman you've become?
So get excited because Bowling Green was not on my radar.
Okay.
Actually, I was a part of this program called Learning. Oh my goodness, it's escaping me right now. But it was a program we were in high school where we could go to different colleges.
Okay,
and we went to Bowling Green all the time.
Wow.
So I did not want to go to Bowling Green.
Yeah, you was like, I don't want to go to this college.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Bowling Green. So I applied to 8 other colleges.
Okay. Wow.
I wanted to leave Ohio. That was the original plan.
Okay.
However, it got to be about a couple of months before school was supposed to start. I still didn't know where I was going. I did get accepted to some of those schools, but, the finances, the scholarships weren't there. One school did have a scholarship, which was Arizona State.
Wow.
But it was far.
You weren't trying to go to the desert, huh?
I really wasn't prepared to go that far, even though I wanted to leave Ohio.
Right.
So anyways, I had a cousin that already went to Bowling Green. She's like, I know you haven't said anything. You need to apply here right now. So I did. It was like the middle of July. Applied to Bowling Green. I went a week early to school because I thought I needed to go for, I thought I was going to do a sorority or whatnot. And do testing, get placement,
of course.
Placement testing. So I ended up going like a week early to the school and was in gospel choir in Bowling Green. And that's where I met my husband. He was the drummer. I was in soprano.
Okay.
That's where I met him. But I didn't really, meet him until probably the end of my freshman year and whatnot. So that's I was president or vice president first. I was treasurer first, sophomore year, then vice president junior year, president senior year.
Wow.
So I have always been a leader.
Just involved in community type of things, right?
Yes. And I was involved in a group called Dry Dock. And that was an organization that had parties without alcohol.
Cool. Yeah, yeah.
I did not end up being in a sorority or anything, but I was very involved in the other organizations.
So tell me about the decision to move to Sacramento. You transitioned from college, and after transitioning from college, just tell me about the move to Sacramento. What challenges did you face coming from Ohio, starting fresh in a new city, and how did you overcome them?
Get excited. I never really was scared at all to move.
But you said when you could have went to Arizona, right?
Yeah.
California is farther than Arizona from home.
Yeah, but Arizona wasn't. Had they said maybe California, I might have been. But for some reason, I just wasn't thinking.
Right.
Arizona. So when I graduated from Bowling Green. And I actually went originally to be athletic training.
Okay, so what was your major in college?
It was originally athletic training.
Okay, and like a sports medicine or something like that?
Yes, it's under sports medicine. Sports medicine is the umbrella.
Got it.
And then you choose which one you want to go into underneath that.
Oh, back then, that was serious.
Yes,
huh?
yes.
Okay.
So I was athletic training, and I did my internship with some people may be familiar with Coach Myers, who used to be one of the head coach, big time coaches in the Division I schools.
Right.
He was at Bowling Green first, just saying.
Right. So you're talking about Urban Meyer.
Urban Meyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes,
okay.
you know your sports.
Before he was at Ohio State,
yes,
right?
Way before he was at Ohio State.
Wow.
Yes. So did an internship with them and found that I wanted to be in leadership.
Wow, that's good.
Instead of, wrapping people up when they got injured.
Right.
And so I changed my major to sports management.
Got it.
That's how we got there.
So because of sports management, right? Is that how you got connected with the Sacramento River Cats?
That is how I got connected with Sacramento River Cats.
So your whole trajectory was college, community, sports management, and coming to Sacramento based off of your degree, it connected you to the River Cats, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. And because, Sacramento is not a huge, we do have the Kings. It's not a huge market for sports. Even though we have the Kings and we have the River Cats, I had to kind of go. I went to a sales program that was in Portland. I moved here 3 months after I graduated. Literally decided, I don't know if you know this story, but I literally told my mom on a Wednesday that I was moving to California.
Wow.
And she said, okay, when? I said, Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
Right. That's what she said.
Yeah.
She did not panic, though.
Okay.
She told her sister.
Right.
And then her sister came and talked to me. She was like, and she told my grandmothers, and what ended up happening, we didn't leave that Friday. I ended up leaving that Sunday because my grandmother wanted to cook and everything. And so once
send you off the right way.
My dad's mom's house, and everybody came over, and my cousin, I had a 2-door Cavalier.
Wow.
White Cavalier.
Wow.
And my cousin drove me all the way. He's about 5 years older than me, and drove me all the way here.
Wow.
And he used to live in Pittsburgh, so he was a little familiar with the area. And that's how that worked out. I applied to Sac State to finish my master's, or to do a master's at that time. And I didn't get the acceptance letter till maybe a week beforehand. So that's why I had made the decision and so close to time, because I'm like, school starts on Monday.
Right.
So that's what happened with that.
Yeah. So you were doing inside sales with the Sacramento River Cats.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And then you transitioned, because I know when I met you way back when, you were top level leadership in Mary Kay Cosmetics, right? And so what inspires you to take that leap of faith?
Well, I always knew I wanted to start my own business.
Okay.
I just didn't know, what it was going to be, how I was going to do it. I really, was going from scratch. I came from a family. My dad worked for General Motors 40 plus years. My mom, though, although an entrepreneur, she really didn't promote herself as an entrepreneur, if that makes sense.
Well,
she did.
It wasn't really
popular
back
she did
then.
Daycare, in our home or from home, and then had a building that had over 100 kids there. And she had that for maybe 15, 20 years. So that was her, Jenny's Wonderland. That was her business. But she never, it wasn't like, I'm big time, entrepreneur.
Right. She wasn't out there, peacocking or nothing like that, right?
Not until I became a, entrepreneur, even years after I started my business, I said, Ma, you were an entrepreneur. She was like, I'm a what?
I'm a what? I'm a what? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But being an entrepreneur in Mary Kay, I know when I met you, I watched you build, and you built a customer base of over 200 women. That was one of the things that really got my attention. When I met you, I'm like, she different. you know.
When I moved here, I didn't know anybody except, my boyfriend at the time, my husband now of 21 years. And I didn't know anyone. So my way of getting to know people was, about 6-7 months after I moved here, because not only was I working at the River Cats, I was also working at Payless at
Sunrise Mall?
Roseville Mall.
Roseville
and
the Galleria.
The Galleria.
Got it.
Got the Galleria there. And at Sunrise, I was working at Learners, which was New York and Company.
You was like a Jamaican. you had.
You never know.
You had a whole bunch of jobs, huh?
Yeah.
At the same time.
At the same time. So that's when I met this consultant on my lunch break at the Galleria Mall.
Okay.
And so went to do a facial. She shared about the business. She shared, about I knew about the products.
Right.
Because we had did them in college when people, consultants would come and we would do them before finals or after finals. And she shared the business with me. And, now, Michael, I was only making 3% of sales with the River Cats. Okay. Now I did all the corporate sales.
So you was putting them on the map.
I did all the corporate group sales where the companies would bring their groups. They would bring their families and celebrate or whatever in the summertime. The tickets at that time were maybe like $8-9. Not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But if they bought the food. They
That's
got that little hot dog
money, huh?
that was $15 a pop.
Right.
They bring 200 people.
right.
Then we talking.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But it was still just 3%. And if the office hit their goal, then we would make 4%. So when she told me 50%, that was a no-brainer.
Oh, you was getting that money.
Oh,
huh?
yeah. That was
show me the bag.
Show me how to do it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And so I became a consultant then. I wanted to get to learn and get to know people.
Right.
My mentor, who was, her sales director at the time, she... Not at that particular time because my recruiter is no longer in there. She stopped doing the business a long time ago.
Okay.
Probably a few months after I started.
Right.
So I have always really been doing it on my own.
Wow.
And then I hooked up with National Katrina Harris, and that is when I was like, okay, this is how this is supposed to go.
I used to have a crush on her. Right? I'm serious.
Okay.
Before she got married. So if she hears this,
I know, right?
Don't be looking me up.
All the way married.
yeah. She's married,
Yeah.
But she was single then.
Yeah. Because she was single a long time.
Yeah, she was single. I was like, I was like, man, I had a crush. This is going way back. So,
right. Yeah, we talk about way back. A lot of people
probably wouldn't expose that, but I'm just telling you, because like I said, we're all about authenticity, right?
Absolutely. So yes, I went to an event called West Coast Summit, and that's when I really, really started understanding what was going on. And then my sales director, came all the way from Nashville, Tennessee.
Wow.
With her pink Cadillac, and she was actually coming.
She was riding on the freeway in the pink Cadillac. And she was actually coming for another consultant, and called. Knew that I was somewhere in the area. I think they were going to Yuba City. Right.
At the time, and I said, I can come up there. I can come, up to Yuba City. And so I did. And so that's how I was really, encouraged to, continue. And then once I, meeting other, network.
Don't forget I was your coach.
Yeah, absolutely. I said, okay, I can see how this can happen.
Right.
And then once I had, my son, I didn't want to go back to.
That's a child will motivate you.
Yes,
a child will motivate you. It'll give you a different mindset. So my next question is, what strategies and mindsets did you take on that fueled your success? Because the whole time that I've, even from coaching you, and then knowing you, I've always remembered your level of excellence. That's what I remember. That's what got me to really want to mentor you and help you with your business. But the other thing is that you set standards, and you set big standards. You really did. And I know that you're probably hearing this for the first time from your coach, but because I was hard on you.
Yes,
but
as you should be,
yes,
as you should. That's the only way I know to take it anyway.
Right. So what are some of the biggest lessons you've learned being in the top 2% of Mary Kay? Because you did this for like 6 straight years in the top 2%, right?
Yes. Okay. So, the company is absolutely amazing. So we had a challenge, which was the challenge basically set you up to be in the top 2%.
Okay.
And it was the first time they were ever doing it. And you could earn a cruise as a consultant and bring a friend or bring someone that wasn't in the business.
Right.
I had promised my mother that she was coming with me.
Oh, so your back was against the wall for real, huh?
This was going down.
Yes.
We were absolutely making this happen. And I put my team members in front of National Katrina.
Wow. That was cool.
And
that was wisdom.
Yes.
That was wisdom right there, yeah. But you know what? You mentioned 3rd time's a charm and beating a unit area record, right? What did the milestone mean to you, and how did you get there? Was it Katrina? Was that situation?
Right now, so about a year or so ago.
So we're fast forwarding now, right?
Right, we fast forward.
Okay.
We're at present time.
Right. Okay. Cool.
And I stepped back for a little bit. Needed to regroup. I think and when you do that, you kind of are analyzing.
Right.
I'm just analyzing, praying about how do I need to move forward? How do I move forward? And I just couldn't shake, the business.
Well, you got passion, purpose, and promise that goes with doing the business.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can just hang it up and quit.
Of course, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
I know.
And I still had, of course, I had my amazing customers that still call for their products. I can't tell them, you're going to have to call another consultant. I'm not doing this no more,
right? Yeah.
So I just had to regroup. And I already, as you said, as other friends that I have that are very, awesome in their businesses, they're like, LeKisha, you got this. You can do this.
Right.
And so I just needed to regroup, but I still never missed. That's what I would say what helped, because I still didn't miss seminar. I still went to seminar.
Got it.
I still went to our career conference. I still got on our, virtual meetings. I still got on, my meetings with Maria, who was my senior sales director. And I still, got on whatever motivational or learning things that I usually would get on.
Right.
I did not just exit and kind of close the door.
Right. You kept the door open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you kept the door open.
And didn't want to. So it wasn't, I never had a place where it was like, I don't want to go to career conference, or I don't want to go to seminar, or I don't want to go to our Legacy of Champions.
Right.
It was never that, because I always wanted to be in the space of where people were winning. So I would say, making sure that you're still winning, because I was still winning. I still did, achieved some things, in the business, still in the top 2 in our unit. And so right now, when I say 3rd time's a charm, when I said that, means that right now we are about to break our area unit record which is finishing what we call director in qualifications in 1 month.
Okay.
So that's
I know what that is. Right?
I know you know what that is. So,
yes.
Earlier this year was one time. I was a sales director in 2011. Sales director 2019. And so that's what I mean by
third time's a charm. So you're getting ready to swing for the fence again.
There you go.
I feel you.
There you go.
I feel you. So tell me this though. How do you balance being a wife, a mom, a businesswoman, and see, we haven't even talked about this one right here, and a swim school owner? Not just instructor, but you're a swim school owner, right? And still show up fully in each of those areas.
Listen.
Because you cooking.
Thank you, Most High.
You cooking like a Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay. So, well, you know what? First of all, my boys my oldest is now 18.
Right. I remember when you was pregnant. I think I was coaching you when you was pregnant.
Yes.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's how long ago it was.
Yes. Because he was born in 2007. So
right.
Having him, like I said, propelled me into my business because I did not want him to go to daycare.
Right.
We don't have any extra, close family or anything like that here.
You're the only one here.
It's just me and my husband and I.
Right.
So he would go everywhere with me. I have customers where they were like, as you remember when I was pregnant, as he was growing, would come with me.
Right.
When I delivered product, and he would walk around their house like he knew their house.
Wow.
So, and then for them to see him, going to Sac State now. So I feel like the mom part, I think we're doing pretty good.
No, I think so too.
I think we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too.
And my youngest, he's 11 years old.
Okay.
He attends a private school, and we had to change up. My husband would say she does all the, looking for the schools and making sure that everything was good. He needed a little bit more help, and we didn't really know it. Didn't really know that's what it was.
Right.
Until, until we had him tested. He was doing great. I mean, he still had honor roll in school. So it wasn't like we were just going to know it from there, but it took us a long time to do homework with him. It would take a long time. So anyways, I would be the one that is, looking up the schools. And every time I would meet someone that was in education, I would, ask them lots of questions and things like that. And so that is how, as far as me being a mom, I'm very, very Wednesday.
You was engaged.
Very, very engaged.
Right.
But they know their mom's business. They have helped me, pack a car.
I heard that.
Unpack a car. Okay.
Right.
Help me come and set up a table, a booth. Come help me take down this booth. Okay, I'm done now. Y'all gonna come on. Hey, how your dad bring you?
You're talking about the booth, right?
Yes.
Now, I've been around a lot of Mary Kay, directors and people that's in the business, right? And I can truly say this, and I'm not saying it because you're here, right? I can truly say this, right? Your display when you set up your booth is always grabs attention. So I know that, in all the places that I've ever seen you, at different events and things like that, where you set up your booth, it's always been one that stood out amongst the others, in the different businesses and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what? She's always putting it together. But let's transition a little bit, right? Tell me a little bit about this VIP swim school.
Okay, so I like I said, I've always known how to swim, right? I've always been swimming.
But we're talking 10 months to 75.
Yeah.
That's a big You know, that's a
Well,
wide range.
So what happened was one of my friends, she saw or witnessed me teaching my sons.
Okay.
My youngest was going on a cruise.
Okay.
With his grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
And my oldest was going on a cruise with his grandparents. And I was like, okay.
You need to know how to swim.
No more patty caking around.
Right.
You're going to have to learn how to swim. You're going to have to do it now. Okay.
Yeah.
And so that's how that happened. And then same with my youngest son. He's probably was swimming a little bit earlier than my oldest. And so my friend saw, and she has 3 boys, and she had just bought a house with the pool.
Oh, yeah.
And she said, can you come over here and teach my boys how to swim? I'll pay you.
You was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it happened. I taught her boys. Her youngest, I believe he's still on the swim team.
Wow.
And developing there.
Mm-hmm.
And she put it on Facebook. So when people look for it,
so people better just social media. It works, don't
when
it?
People started looking for it, started looking for swim instructors, and then you put Black woman instructor on there, and it's like
because that was going to be my next question.
Yeah,
right
they are like searching, for that, and so I said okay because of my Mary Kay business. Mm-hmm. It was a very easy transition to start the VIP swim school.
Right.
I knew exactly what I needed to do. I knew how to, get everything I needed to do to get it up and running and all that. Mm-hmm. And so teaching private lessons, no big deal. I still, Michael, do not promote in my schedule.
So everything is word of mouth.
It's full.
It's one market, huh?
Yes.
Everything. So
it's full. I still do not. And I ended up teaching a couple's 3 kids that they do a group, and they posted it as well on Instagram, and that's just how I've been able to stay to keep that. One of my students, to go into how I am an instructor at CRC, one of my students, her godfather is the basketball coach at CRC.
So it's more than just a skill. This is actually a mission for you, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's how I got to the... That's why I'm at the pool.
Yeah, like I was saying in your bio, right? When I was reading your bio, phenomenal. And as we can see, as we're going through, these interview questions that I'm asking you, I'm even amazed because there's some things that I found out. You've published a book called "Stand Up and Be Heard."
I didn't publish that book.
Okay, you didn't publish it.
Shaya Chisinga published the book. I have a chapter. In the book.
Got it.
I have a chapter in the book called
Hey, Shaya.
Right.
What's up? I know you're going to see this, so I'm going to give you a little shout out, It's been a minute, but...
Yeah, she still publishes books, but the chapter book...
but the chapter was called Stand Up and Be Heard.
The book is called Stand Up and Be Heard. My chapter is called Never Give Up.
Cool.
Yes.
Got it. That makes sense.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Yes.
So how do you handle setbacks, Keisha? Especially when you're striving toward major milestones, like the national sales director or even the pink Cadillac.
Those are great questions. That's a great question. I listen. I am still, as long as I can, or because I don't really get sad.
Because it's purpose driven.
My strongest strength finders. Have you ever heard of the strength finders test?
I've done
is positivity.
Got it.
That is my strongest quality. Is positivity.
Yeah, I can relate to that because that's me.
Yeah.
I run from negative people. I'm talking about. track.
I
run.
Yes,
right. I run as fast as I can get away from them. So yeah, definitely.
Don't even respond like, So that's my strongest thing is positivity. And because of that, I am able to listen. Our number one national distant Emeritide, Gloria Mayfield Banks said, "Look, you got 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes. Do what you need to do in 5 minutes. Shake it off and get back to work."
Right.
The hard coaching that you have given, the hard coaching that I've received from, different mentors is the only way I know how to do it.
Okay.
And so I step back, I pray about it, I take a deep breath. It's always back to self. Maybe I go work out, maybe I go to the beach, because we live in California, we go to the beach.
Yeah, I was just there last week.
Yes,
just there last week.
Go ahead to the beach, we can take a deep breath. I could go swimming.
Right.
And I do that. Mm-hmm. Regroup, again, pray about it and move forward,
So give me 3 core values. I know one of them is positivity. I already know that, right? That have guided you, right, in your path. I would say, I could answer them, but I'm gonna let you because this is
one of the
about
other.
you.
I'll tell you 2 more strengths. Mm-hmm. One of them is communication.
Got it.
And the other one is woo.
Okay.
You know the song?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So those are, and I honestly, I don't, because I feel like I serve, right? Because I don't sell,
right?
I feel a need.
Right.
You need a cleanser? I got it.
I'm your solution.
I'm your solution.
There you go.
Right?
There you go.
So if when I do that and I service the ladies or the men that I service, and whether it's with gifts, whether it's with their skincare, their body care, smell good, whatever it is. But what I try to tell people is, Michael, is that the product is just a vehicle.
There you go.
Right?
Yes.
The product is just a vehicle. My goal is to help women or men, right, become entrepreneurs, right?
See, that was going to be my next
Yes,
question.
be entrepreneurs. The goal is for
right.
them to use their skill of whatever their skill is and be an entrepreneur. And I just was telling someone this on my son's field trip when she asked me about the products. And the products are great. This product speaks for itself.
Right.
I don't have to say much.
Right.
My goal is to find out, is your money shorter than the month?
I know. Do you run out of money before you run out of month?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
And because not only you, but you and your friends, your family, they're buying cleanser from somebody
you can help
or
them.
somewhere.
Right. Or somewhere.
They can buy it from
they're running into Sephora or somewhere.
Ulta, whatever.
Target, whatever, right?
Whatever,
yes,
exactly.
Yes.
They could get it from you. And you can make an executive income. You can make an executive income in this business.
So what advice do you have for women who want to pursue entrepreneurship but feel overwhelmed by family or financial obligation?
Well, I was told that when your passion, when your desire is stronger than your excuse, the how don't matter.
Yeah, remember what I used to say? When you know your why,
that's right.
It don't matter anyhow.
It don't matter anyhow.
Right.
So you'll figure it out, just like we do everything else. Right.
Everything else.
If it's especially if it's your family that's not paying out one of your bills.
I know that's right.
You will be like, listen.
And see, right now, currently, with everything that's going on, right? You got people that are struggling. The economy is just not that great.
Right.
Food prices are up, everything, right?
Right.
I mean, anybody needs a little extra money.
Right.
Right? If you can make, you can make some extra money, then you need to go after that bag.
That's right. And we have gone through all these difficult.
Yes, we have.
These difficult times. We've gone through
COVID.
We've gone through recessions.
Right.
We've gone through all of it. So just like other things, just like your tobacco and things like that. People don't stop buying.
No,
they don't stop buying
there
their
you
stuff
go.
to make them look good either.
There you go.
Or feel good.
Right, and that's key right there.
Yeah.
So my last question for you, LeKisha, is if you had a billboard on every freeway in America, what would that message to the world say?
First, it would have my face on it.
I know that's right.
But it would say, never give up.
Okay.
That's what it would say.
Okay.
It would say, never give up.
Okay. So I'm gonna. I lied. I got one more question.
Okay. That's okay.
What do you want to say to this audience right here? And you can look at the camera there.
Okay.
Look at the camera. What do you want to say, and what do you want people to take away from this interview?
What I want to say is, this time that we are going through, it's going to be however you want it to be, meaning you can have your affirmation, you can think positive, you can do all of the uplifting things you need to do in order to, encourage yourself, motivate yourself to do what you need to do every single day. Turn the noise off. Turn the noise off. And whatever your dream is, going into this entrepreneur, know that it is going to be a challenge. But so is everything else.
But what isn't, right?
Right?
Right.
And so you just have to choose your heart. Choose what you believe, is difficult or may be difficult, because it's all going to be difficult.
I know that's right.
Being a mom is not easy, especially when they become teenagers. Being a wife is not easy, but that's what if you want to be a wife, it's going to require this, and this. And being an entrepreneur, it's going to be hard. But guess what? You can do it. You can do it. Whatever it is that you want to achieve. Now, if you're not sure, now that's where I come into play. Okay, just so you know, that's where I come in. And that's where Michael comes in. And that's what we're going to be doing as well, as helping people to use their already innate abilities to get into business for themselves.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the phenomenal LeKisha Appleton. Thank you so much for coming and giving me the opportunity to interview you. It's been a long time coming, but I truly appreciate you taking the time out today and presenting this for the audience. And, looking toward the audience, I just want to say welcome once again to a Seat at the Table podcast, because this podcast is all about you. Have a blessed day.
Awesome.